So I opted for the early morning workout today. Was a bit of a tough decision when the alarm went off, but my thinking is if I'm up this early, my camera is going to fall. If I'm up this early, so I might be tired later on today and can probably sneak in a nap then. I think today I'm going to I have to go buy some produce and meat and stuff like that, so I might try and record something at home regarding like food or meal prep or something like that, just because everyone's gonna be out of the house today for school and work, and I'll be preparing for night shift, so might be an opportunity to record something. We shall see. Today's workout's going to be a pull and bicep day, so trying to figure out a way to hit my lower back and lats a little bit more than I have. I've been trying to do a lot of like pull downs and stuff, and I feel like everything I'm hitting is upper back or kind of like rear delt areas, so been trying to watch some videos on suggestions or tricks to better focus the exercises or muscle contractions on like the lats and the lower back. So we'll see how successful those are. But it's gonna be some kind of a lat pull down, rows. Probably cable rows today. I did dumbbell on my upper body day, so I think I might go back and forth between that and cables just to keep it varied a bit for some excitement. And then biceps is going to be, likely a preacher curl and then dumbbell or maybe cables. I haven't really decided. Kind of just leave it to be one of those things. See what feels good or what's appealing when we get in there. The gym is empty today. Looks like maybe staff and one other car. One problem I've noticed is that my weight seems to be in like a deadlock over the past four or 5 days, I guess it was. I don't really know. I haven't changed much in terms of like diet. Exercise has been the same over the past 2 weeks or so now, or maybe just over that, maybe like 10 days. Calorie tracking, Like, everything's pretty much spot on. Should be anyways. I'm definitely in a caloric deficit based on what I'm tracking, what I've been eating. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. I don't think it's muscle growth. I think it would have to be pretty excessive to counteract weight loss from fat loss. So I am not sure what to make of it at this point. Could be fluctuations from water, but try to keep up with water intake. I think I've been a little on the low side of my water requirements over the past few days as well, so maybe that has something to do with it. Anyways, I'm gonna go inside, get this back workout done, get some cardio in, see if I can beat my high score in Suica, and chat with you on the way back home. All right, that was a productive lift today. I don't know what's going on. I feel like oh my god. I don't know if I need to change my weekly routine or what, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit able to move less weight. And I'm not sure what that's a symptom of right now. I'm not sure if it's the calorie deficit catching up finally, or if it's more to do with my routine. If I'm, the upper lower than push-pull leg split is not giving my muscle groups enough time to rest where they're still exhausted. They don't feel sore though, so I don't think that's it. I just feel weaker, and my tracking of my reps and stuff has seen a slight decline over the past week or so. So yeah, I'm not really too sure what to make of it at this point. Like I said, I haven't seen a drastic weight loss or nothing, so I don't know if it's, yeah. I really need to get a picture. I need to do pictures of body composition so I can compare. I'm really putting that off, and today I'm going to do that. I will do that today. I keep talking about, just doing it like Shia LaBeouf says. So I'm just going to do that today. I'm just not putting it off. Other than that, though, I feel like the lift today went well. Wasn't rushed to get out of there, so I was able to get, full 35 minutes of cardio in. I did probably another hour and a half on the weights, so I was able to get a full back workout plus biceps. So all in all, I'd say successful. I'm just on my way home. I'm gonna go get the kiddos soon, and we're gonna get ready to go to school. And then I'll have the rest of the day to do some recording of some extra stuff. So we'll chat a little bit when I get back. So as I mentioned, most of my weight I tend to carry in my midsection. So all my belly and lower back area. So hopefully, if we continue with the cutting, I'll be able to lose all of this. But I've never really carried, I got some, there is some fat, back of the arms and upper chest area, but definitely most of the kind of problem weight that I carry has always been midsection area. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get some pictures and use this as a reference for hopefully the next 3 months to see if we can cut this all off. So I don't really know what else. Legs are nothing really crazy with the legs. They're all just normal chicken legs, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it for this. I'm going to do my meal prep now. I have noticed since starting the cut, I have lost a little bit of weight, kind of at the upper belly area, but obviously a lot more to work on. So that's the state right now that I'm in. Hopefully okay. So I finished off the last clip a little preemptively. I was trying to get home, so I get the kids brought up to school and all that fun jazz. But I was kind of on a bit of a rant about the dieting / workout split situation. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep everything the same for like I'll do another couple weeks of it. If it's really causing issues like where I'm not able to do some of the lifts because of muscle fatigue or just being sore, then maybe we'll look at rearranging our routine days. But I'm thinking that the changes I've noticed are likely just from going really early in the morning, being tired from working the day before, and probably a little bit to do with being in a calorie deficit, low carbs, just, not really ideal environment for muscle growth or muscle utilization altogether. I did think about trying to consume some calories before my workout, but I'm just getting up so early in the morning that it's not really going to be realistic. And I find that if I do go to the gym with food in my stomach, I tend to get a little nauseated. So probably not going to be something that's going to become like a routine thing for me. I do know some people do like dextrose drinks and stuff beforehand just to get some carbs on board prior to a workout, but I think that will probably hinder my cutting plans, or it'll make my diet pretty tricky for the rest of the day. So as I mentioned way at the beginning of the video, today is kind of like that weird switchover day. So I worked days yesterday, going into a night shift tonight, which is definitely going to be a bit of an adjustment for the body because, I slept for most of the night and woke up, went to the gym, and now I'm going to try and rest again before going in tonight. The one thing I did change today versus what I did last week is I went to the gym early in the morning instead of trying to do an afternoon workout, which means I can kind of hold back on the caffeine this afternoon, and hopefully, getting up at 3 a.m. is going to make me feel a little bit tired for a nap this afternoon. The other thing I do have to figure out, though, at some point is meal prep for my shift tonight. So I don't think I have anything cooked at home. Probably be eggs and tuna, if I'm being honest. Because I only have the one night shift this week. So probably gonna chat a little bit about meal prep at some point. I was kind of initially thinking of trying to do that video today since it's a bit of an empty house. We'll see. We will see how the day unfolds. I think the last thing I was gonna chat about was my expectations for the next couple months, or what my plans are anyways, both with the videos, the school applications, and with the gym. So I'm anticipating probably going to be cutting for maybe another 2 months, so maybe even a little bit more, so 10 weeks or so. I am expecting there to be some, loss in strength, and hopefully not too much with actual muscle size, but I'm hoping to retain most of my muscle and strip down the rest of the fat. The trickiest part for me has always been like I said before in other videos, belly, kind of love handles, lower back. I tend to hold a lot of my weight there, so if I can cut that back enough where it's slim down and not loaded with adipose tissue anymore, then that'll be a win for me. I do want to go back onto a calorie surplus afterwards. That'll probably only be short, though. I don't want to end up right back to where I am right now. So I'm hoping to put back on some strength, maybe some more muscle size during that phase, but that won't probably be till Christmas or the new year, depending on how long I need to cut for. And then by the time that's rolling around, we'll probably be getting ready for med school interviews, so prepping for those. And if these videos are going well, I'm hoping a lot of my apprehensions and like social anxieties, or I don't know if you want to call it social anxieties, but social awkwardness, or just the struggles I experience with bringing forth the words that I'm thinking of. Hopefully most of that's been resolved, or at least on the mend. And if all goes well from that, then we're looking at, what the hell, is going to walk right in front of me. After that, then it's late spring, so usually it's March, April. We'll hear back about application invites for the next academic year. So that's kind of like my 6-month plan. Definitely got to finish the cut. Definitely want to go through. I don't know how much of a surplus I'll do. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Like I said, I'm really worried about spending these next 3 months cutting, and then if I go into a surplus, just regaining it all back. But I'm hoping that with enough cardio and proper training that it'll be a strategic weight gain and not just a reckless abandon of empty calories and horrible tissue placement on the body. What else? Went through the school stuff, went through kind of my weightlifting / fitness plans. Work's gonna be pretty much, status quo. We do have some projects going through there with patient extrications and stuff like that. And, the training I attended last week, we were, working on building a team around that. So there's going to be some changes there, but for the most part, as far as our day-to-day operations at work, it's going to be the same old. And yeah, I think that's where I'll end it. Video-wise, that's something else I want to talk about. I don't know how I'm going to kind of push myself to get comfortable with this, recording myself in public or somewhere where people I might know might see me. Like, I just don't know how to get over that, and that's kind of like my biggest mental hurdle. It's kind of something I talked about in a video a few days ago, probably last week actually, but kind of like since, I don't even know, maybe high school, I've always had this like social apprehension or, worried a lot about what people thought about me. So I don't know. I like to think that I don't still worry about it, but obviously I do, or else I would just do whatever the heck I want and not give two shits about it. But that's not the case right now. So I've been trying to read on suggestions from, people who are new to vlogging or YouTubing. And most of the stuff I've seen is, you try to challenge yourself. So you say, this week I'm going to record 10 videos in a public place with, just a headshot talking to the camera, or I'm going to do 10 consecutive days of recording in this place. And you just kind of, like I said before, you set yourself a deadline so you can kind of stop being in that planning phase and get into the actual like doing something phase. And I think that's probably something else I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just start doing. The gym thing, I don't know how I'm gonna get around it. Like I said, the biggest thing for me is that I'm gonna start doing a recording or set something up, and somebody I work with or somebody that I know just say, "What the hell are you doing?" And then I have to explain it to them. And how do you explain that? And like the